Good morning. I think this is the first time I'm actually talking to the camera. Luna's here as well. She is still in morning mode. She's very tired this morning, so please just don't pay any mind. Long time no talk, but I've had a really good morning so far. I got to wake up and go for a run right away, and then I ended up walking for a little bit longer than I had planned just because it felt so good to be outside. And I've been back on my running journey, which is not new for me. I used to run cross country in college and high school, and that's kind of where I fell in love with running. My whole family runs. I ran all throughout college. It's one of my favorite ways to work out, honestly, which is funny because I'm not that great at it. When I say run, it's probably more of like a slow jog, but I just like it. I feel like it's one of the only workouts that I feel really good doing. I feel good doing it. I feel good after it. I feel really proud of myself when I run. Running is like mostly a mental game. So doing it when I have like those mentally low days, you know, it always boosts my mood and just makes me happy. So I've been really enjoying that. So I went for a run this morning, and then I ended up just walking a little bit afterwards. And I hadn't done like a beach walk in a while. Walked by a coffee shop, got some matcha, came home, showered, and I'm getting ready. That's where we are. But I'm gonna do just really light makeup today because I don't really feel like I need to wear any, but it's just nice to have some on. I do plan on filming a couple of videos today, so I want to have something on my face. This Rare Beauty spray is my favorite thing. I don't know what it is in this that makes it smell like a spa, but it's so nice. I don't know if it actually does anything like for your makeup, but it smells nice and it makes me feel good. Ooh, I forgot that I have these little samples from Sephora in my makeup bag. I have a Vanish concealer by Hourglass. It looks really pink though. I don't know if I want to do that. I have House Labs by Lady Gaga. And then I've got an Ilia Super Serum. This feels like a little full coverage for me. So I think I'm gonna try the Ilia Super Serum. That sounds nice. I actually have been wanting to try this, so it's perfect timing. I never know how to do these testers without getting it absolutely everywhere. Ooh. Let's see. Ooh, that looks like a perfect match. It smells kind of funky though. Okay, that is super glowy. I think this might have gone bad. I'm gonna go wash my face and I'll be back. Okay, well that was a complete fail. Not gonna do that again. I thought I got that tester recently, like within the past 2 months, but I guess not, because that definitely smells like off and it was very oily, so it definitely was like not mixed. Anyways, let's try this again. This is my favorite concealer. It's the Radiant Cream Concealer by Neutrogena. I love this concealer. It's really lightweight, but full coverage. I have very dark under eyes, and it is only because there's like no volume there. It's not just because I'm tired, but it makes me look tired all the time. And I'm already kind of a low energy person, I feel like. So people just assume that I'm like tired all the time, and that's just not a great look. So we're gonna try and fix that. Long weekend this weekend. I'm really excited. I just have been feeling like I feel like I've mentioned this in almost every video, but just so like overworked and ready for a vacation, and we are not going to be taking a vacation this year. Normally my parents will go somewhere and then I'll just meet up with them, or we'll go somewhere for like a long weekend or something, but just wasn't in the cards this year. So I really want to focus on like enjoying where we live. Like, I remember when we first moved to the house that we're in now, my mentality was treat every day like you're on a vacation. Just changing my mindset a little bit from getting stuck in such a rut to just taking every day as it comes and taking advantage of where I live. I'm very, very lucky that I live where I live. I'm very aware of that. I have not always had this kind of lifestyle, and I'm very appreciative for that. But I'm human. It happens to all of us. We all get stuck in like ruts and like this cycle of work. And sometimes we just forget to look around and enjoy where we are. So that's my goal for this summer, honestly, has been to just try and take advantage of every day and take advantage of the little moments, not having to like plan a big beach day with like a ton of friends and barbecue and like, or going out to dinner, or like having like a true classic summer day. I feel like I'm getting the full experience of summer. I really think as an adult, these days where you find those little moments to do things that like make you happy, taking advantage of the sunshine, just like going outside for a couple of minutes, drinking your coffee outside instead of inside, going for a beach walk after my run, and then grabbing some coffee, like little things like that, just to make your day a little bit nicer, make all the difference in the world, honestly. I did also put, I didn't show you, but I put more sunscreen on because I forgot to when I got out of the shower. But sunscreen is my number one skin tip. Not to say that I have perfect skin. If anyone knows they don't have perfect skin, it's me. I struggled a lot. Like, I really, really struggled with acne in high school. And even to this day, I have a lot of like texture and scarring from it. So like, I know bad skin, but the one thing I will say that has gotten me to kind of have the complexion that I have now is sunscreen. And I don't mess around with that. I apply it every morning. I have like a powder sunscreen that I will reapply throughout the day. Anytime I go outside, it's going on. It's just the one thing. Like, it's just proven time and time again to make you look younger, to reduce like texture. I have had to have like some things removed on my body from the sun, and I scar really, really easily. So just avoiding that whole process would be nice. So let this be your sign to put on sunscreen in the summer. Even if you don't think you need it, you do. And you need to reapply it, especially throughout the day. I love how I said I wasn't gonna wear a ton of makeup, and I'm doing like a full face of makeup. But what can you do? Another makeup favorite of mine is this Mario Master Mattes eyeshadow palette. I used this palette on my wedding day. I did my own makeup for my wedding day. I've contemplated doing a, like, not makeup tutorial, but just kind of like show what I did for my wedding makeup. I've contemplated filming that just because I almost want it just for the memories, because I feel like my makeup looked the best it's ever looked and stayed. Like, my photographer was obviously with me all day and was like, did you do your own makeup? Like, and how did you make it stay so long? And it looks so good. And like, how did you get it to stay? And so I kind of wanted to, almost just for the memories of like what I did, because I have such a bad memory. I really need to get another pencil for my eyebrows, because this one is like, I mean, it's done basically. I have like a tiny bit left, and then I have to gel my eyebrows always. Like, if I don't gel them, they do not stay. They just like start to point down for some reason. I don't know why, but gel them. This is also the best, one of the best gels that I've used. I can't remember if it's L'Oreal or Maybelline has another one in a silver tube, and it's really, really good too. These are the only two that I've tried that actually like keeps my eyebrows in place. And then I also really love, like when I do more natural makeup and I don't like actually fill my eyebrows in, this e.l.f. Wow Brow Tinted Gel is so good. It does like keep my eyebrows up a little bit, but it also gives them a little bit of color, so I don't have to fill them in as much. All right, I can't find my fluffy blending brush. I guess I'm just going to use a flat brush to put some color in my crease. Very, 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 very lightly. Just to give a tiny bit of dimension. It's a lot more dimension than I was going for, but that's the theme of today's makeup, is just not doing exactly what I was going for, but working with it. How did we get here? How did we get out? All right, I'm gonna lighten this up. I'm actually gonna take my beauty blender and just tap over what I did because it'll lighten it up a little bit. This camera is showing it like a lot more than what it looks like in person. In person, it's a lot more mellow. So and then I'm gonna go in with a tiny flat brush and like just a darker color, not anything crazy. Maybe this light brown, like very, very light brown. And just run that over my lash line. Give the illusion of dimension. I don't know how this turned into a makeup tutorial also. That was not my intention. Always curl your eyelashes. Even if I don't wear mascara that day, it will curl my eyelashes and it still makes it look like you're wearing mascara. Summer, like half the time I don't feel like wearing mascara. Just curl your eyelashes. It makes them look so much better. I always do a setting spray before my mascara because I find if I do it afterwards, my mascara like gets all over my eyes. Again, I don't know if this does anything. I think it just like helps melt everything into the skin, makes it look a little bit more cohesive. I feel like even without mascara, I feel like my lashes look so much better. Okay, I don't know where my actual tubing mascara went from Tarte. I can't find anything in my makeup bag. I don't know what I did with all my makeup, but I normally use the Tarte tubing mascara, but I have this one just from MK Beauty. But tubing mascara is a must in the summer because it's hot, it's humid. You don't want mascara like running down underneath your eyes, smudging everywhere. If you get in the water and you don't, plan to, or if you have a little bit of makeup on from the day and you still get in the water, the tubing mascara just like flakes off. It doesn't leave these huge black stains like Lauren Conrad Hills vibes. Doesn't do that. So tubing mascara of any kind is a must. To getting like a look without a ton of mascara, and do light coats and try not to mess with it too much. At a certain point, if you need to like move your eyelashes around, it's like a little brush that has nothing on it like this. That way I can like comb out my lashes without adding extra product, and it makes it less clumpy. Normally I would do just a very light lip liner around my lips. Again, don't have that, don't know where it is right now. So I'm just gonna use a lipstick and very lightly like go around the perimeter of my lips and then blend them to try to like emulate that, make it as natural as possible. Just to like counteract the concealer we put around. And then that's my summer makeup routine. I'm hungry. Let's make some breakfast. She is just knocked out. So it's 11 and I'm pretty hungry. I haven't eaten anything today, which is not great. I like to eat at least a little something sooner than 11 o'clock, but I'm gonna make a smoothie for lunch, I think. I'm gonna use the larger cup. I'll probably have an early dinner tonight anyway. I have a very specific way I like to layer them as well, because why wouldn't I? I'm a type A person, and that's what we do. I like to stuff as many greens as I can into this, And it's really unfortunate because I would love to make this like a really aesthetic looking smoothie, you know, post it on Instagram. But this kale is just not gonna let that happen. But I would rather have the greens than the picture, you know? So I quite literally fill this entire thing up with greens. Push it down a little bit. I layer it with all the powders. I feel like if you put the powders on the bottom, they just get stuck to the bottom. And then if you put them on the top, sometimes there's just not enough room. So that's my mentality. I don't know if that makes sense to anyone else, but this is just organic protein. I don't like whey protein. It doesn't sit with my stomach really well. I'm gonna do 2 scoops of this to add peanut butter. This is a cocoa flavored PB2. Just adds to the chocolate flavor while still getting some of that protein in. I'll add my creatine. I just do a scoop of this. And then I'm gonna add just a tablespoon of plain Greek yogurt. It's really just to add the creaminess. It's not really for any other reason. I mean, it has protein. And then the star of the show, I do just like frozen mixed berries. This one has like cherries in it too, which is nice. And I will only do about 1/4 of a cup. And then this is a hot take, but I don't add milk into my smoothies. I fill this only with water. So I'm gonna fill that probably to the max. Oh my gosh, it actually doesn't look as nasty as it normally does. That's really exciting. It's like kind of a light purple color. I am a grandma and I got one of these like medicine things just because it is easier for me to just pull this out in the morning and take my vitamins that way than trying to count them out from all the bottles. I take a B12 vitamin, ashwagandha, and amino acids in the morning. I just feel like it helps with my energy. But again, I'm not a doctor. I'm not saying you should take these, just what I take. All right. Can't even taste the kale in smoothies. I do spinach a lot too, and like spinach you can taste even less. But I swear this is just the best way to get greens because you can't taste it. After breakfast on my days off, I like to just kind of like relax and chill a little bit. And it's still pretty cloudy outside, so I wanted to go to the beach and read, but I don't think that's gonna happen. Decided I decorated my Kindle case. Normally I just leave my Kindle kind of plain. But I got all these stickers off of Amazon and I put them on the back of my case, and I think it is so summery and fun. I want to put some to fill like some of the blank spaces that are a little bit smaller, but the pack just didn't come with any that were smaller than this. And I didn't stick them on to the case itself either. I took the case off and then placed them and then put the Kindle back on because I'm such a indecisive person, which is some things. It's Luna. You can't see her under all of these blankets, but Luna's under there. But I'm just randomly such an indecisive person with things. That's why I don't have a tattoo. But I thought it was really cute and summery and fun. This book that I've been reading is just taking me down. I have not read a book this slowly since I started reading. Like, I don't know what I was thinking when I decided to pick this book up, but I found this book called The Breakthrough. I only picked it up and started reading it because it has dolphins on it, and I'm obsessed with aquatic life. I should have known that that was not a reason to pick this book up because this has just been the hardest book to get through. The story, I'm just not into like sci-fi fantasy kind of books, and that's a little bit what it's like. I'm gonna spoil this book because I don't know anyone else who has ever read it. It's basically about these 2 little dolphins that some scientists find a way to speak to, and then the US government gets involved because they want the technology, and then there's aliens involved. The scientists have to save the dolphins in order to save the world. There's just so much going on. It's not really what I normally read, and I don't know why I decided to pick it up. But I have literally been inching through this book as painfully slow as I possibly could. And I need to just finish it because I'm at 92% and I'm just like torturing myself at this point, and I want to get on to reading books that I actually enjoy. The next book that I have in my library that I want to read is before, I have a lot actually on my TBR that I want to read. The next one on my TBR is Then She Was Gone by Lisa Jewell. An accurately obsessed family drama with bone-chilling suspense. That's more of like the style of book that I like to read, just because it like captures me right away, and I love mysteries and like trying to find like whodunit kind of things. And it's interesting because I read scarier books than I like to watch. I'm not a scary movie person, or like even like thriller. I don't like any of that, like to watch any of it. I find that I really love to read about it, and I have no idea why there's that difference, but it works. And I'm not gonna like try and fight it, because it's the only way I will read books, obviously, because this book is taking me forever to get through, and it has dolphins, and I love dolphins. So I don't know what all that means, but yeah. So I'm gonna sit here, read a little bit on my Kindle, and then I actually have a couple of videos I want to film for the rest of the day. So I think I'm going to stop the video here, but I hope you enjoyed watching this. If you did, please give this video a like. Don't forget to subscribe, leave a comment. I love the engagement with you guys that I've been getting. It really supports me, supports my channel, lets me know that you enjoy watching these style videos. So yeah, thanks for being here, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.